All right, so open your Bibles to Numbers chapter 26. It begins talking about the second census of Israel in the wilderness. Particularly for our text, we're going to read verses 1 through 4. And it came to pass after the plague that the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, from 20 years old and upward, throughout their father's house, all that are able to go to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spake with them in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Take the sum of all the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. So we see here basically the census is similar to what we do even in today, basically trying to get account for those that are to go to battle, those for basically military. And we can see here 20 years and older. This is the second census. The first census was actually some 38 years prior to this, which we see at the end of Exodus. And I'll get to that in a little bit. It's Exodus chapter 38, 26. We see the first census. But basically, again, the purpose of this second census was made clear to those to count on able to be able to fight on the behalf of Israel. So we'll keep reading on here. We'll continue on in verse 5. Reuben, the oldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanok, and of whom cometh the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Herzon, the family of the Herzonites, of Carmi, the family of the Carminites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and they that were numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Pali, Elibib, and the sons of Elibib, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram which were famous in the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Hurah, when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah when that company died. What time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not. The sons of Simeon after their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of Jamianites, of Jacqueline, the family of the Jacquelinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites, of Shaul, and the family of the Shaulanites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 20 and 2,200. The children of Gad after their families, of Zephron, the family of the Zephronites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shunai, the family of the Shuanites, of Anzai, the family of the Anzanites, of Eri, the family of the Erizites, of Arod, the family of the Aridites, and of Areli, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the children of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were and Onan. And and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah after their families were of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, of Pharez, the family of the Pharezites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerites. And the sons of Pharez were of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamel, of the Hamelonites. These are the families of Judah, according to those that were numbered of them, 16,500. Of the sons of Issachar, after their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolanites, of Pula, the family of the Punites, of Jasabab, the family of the Jasabites, of Shirod, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those that were numbered of them, 64,300. Of the sons of Zebulun, after their families, of Sirad, the family of the Surianites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jehiel, the family of the Jehelites. These are the families of the Zebulites, according to those that were numbered of them, 70,500. The sons of Joseph after their families were Manasseh and Ephraim. Of the sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirnites, and Machir begat Gilead. Of Gilead come the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead. Of Jezar, the family of the Jezreelites. Of Helek, the family of the Helekites. And of Azriel, the family of the Azraelites. Of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites. And of Shemedah, the family of the Shemedites. And of Hepher, the family of the Hephersites. And Zelan, the son of Hepher, had no sons but daughters, and the name of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahliah and Noah, Hagah, Melikai, and Tezerah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those were numbered of them 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim after their families of Shutela, the family of the Shutelites, of Becher, the family of the Bacharites, of Tanan, the family of the Tananites. And these are the sons of Shutela, of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those that were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph and their families, the sons of Benjamin after their families, of Bela, the family of the Belianites, of Ashabel, the family of the Ashabelites, and of Ariam, the family of the Ariamites, of Sephraim, the family of the Shephraimites, of Humphrem, the family of the Humphremites. And of the sons of Bela were Ard and Nahaman of Ard, the family of the Ardiamanites, and of Naham, the family of the Nahamites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and they were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families, of Shurlam, the family of the Shurmanites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All families of the Shurmanites, according to those that were numbered of them, were 64,400. Of the children of Asher and their families, of Jeminah, the family of the Jeminites, of Jesui, the family of the Jezreites, of Beri, the family of the Berianites. Of the sons of Beri, of Heber, the family of the Hebronites, of Machal, the family of the Machalonites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those that were numbered of them, who were 53,400. Of the sons of Naphtali, after their families, of Jezreel, the family of Jezreelites, of Gunai, and the family of the Gunites. Of Jezer, the family of the Jezreelites, of Shelam, the family of the Shelamites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their families, and they were numbered of them were 45,400. These were numbered according to all the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. So we're going to stop there real quick. I did find it interesting, the difference between the first census and the second census, and I'll just run through these real quick. So Reuben, the tribe of Reuben in the first census had 46,500 men. And we see that in Exodus 38, I think it's it starts in verse 28 there. But in this census, now Reuben went from 46,500 to 43,730, which was a loss of 2,770 men that were able to go to battle. The tribe of Simeon in the first census had 59,300, and now in this census 22,200. So they actually lost 37,100 men that were able for battle. And again, we're looking at over 20 years of age. The tribe of Gad, 45,650 in the first census, 40,500 in the second census. The tribe of Judah, 74,600 men, now 76,500 men. So they did grow 3%, adding 1,900 men in Judah. Issachar, 54,400. They grew as well. In the second census, they had 64,300, growing 9,900 men. Tribe of Zebulun had 57,400 men in the first census and 60,500 in the second, so they grew as well, 3,100 men. Tribe of Manasseh, 32,200. They grew substantially to 52,700, a growth of 20,500 men in that 38-year period, approximately. The tribe of Ephraim, 40,500 in the first census. They lost 8,000 men, now at 32,500, as we read here in Numbers. Tribe of Benjamin, 35,400, grew by 10,200 to 45,600. Tribe of Dan, 62,700, grew to 64,400. Asher, 41,500, grew to 53,400, added 11,900 men, another good substantial. Naphtali, 53,400, they actually lost 8,000 to 45,400. The tribe of Levi was not counted in neither the first census or second census, and we'll get into why they weren't counted here in just a moment. So that brought, you got a total of 603,550 men, 20 years of age, ready for battle for the military in the first census. And the total in the second census is 601,730. So a loss, between 38 years, you got a loss of 1,820 men. Basically, that's a 0.3% loss. So generally, they pretty much stayed stagnant. They stayed the same. There was no growth in numbers. In 38 years prior to this, they were getting organized as a military for the first census, but they did not have enough faith to take the promised land. And there was this quote that while I was reading this, came across: organization is good, and the work of God can suffer from the lack of it. But the best organization can never replace bold trust in God. So we see they were trying to get organized. They were trying to figure out how many men that they had so that they knew to go into battle so they could be organized. And so this quote here, made sense. Even 38 years later, as we know, when we continue to read on, they're going to go back into battle with actually less men than what they were going to in the first census. They actually have less men, but the difference between the first census and this census, as we'll read on, is faith. They put their faith in God. And so no matter, while organization is good, again, that quote, it doesn't never replace your bold trust in God and the faith that you have in God. Of these 12 tribes of Israel, we've seen that 5 suffered loss, 7 gained in these. We'll continue on into the next portion, which is basically dividing up the land is the next thing, and that starts where we left off in verse 52. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Unto these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of the names. To many that shalt give them more inheritance, and to few that shalt give less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot. According to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall thy possession thereof be divided between many and few. So one thing we see that the Levites were not counted in the census 1 or 2, and that's because the Levites were not, they weren't eligible to receive an inheritance from the land. And that's because their inheritance was something much greater than property. Their inheritance was of the Lord. And we see that in Numbers 18:20. So let's turn back a few chapters here in Numbers 18 and verse 20. And it begins to explain why the Levites were not counted in the census. Because they were not eligible to go to war. Numbers 18 and verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. So basically, that's just a verse that I found there that pretty much explained, that the Levites, the inheritance of the Levites was of the Lord. And we'll continue reading on take it back off in verse 57. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites and their families, of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites, of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites, of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites, and the family of the Libanites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Mahalites, the family of the Mushiites, and the family of the Kohathites. And Korath begat Aram, and the name of Aram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, whom her mother bare to Levi in Egypt. She bare unto Amram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam their sister. And Aaron was born Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. And those that were numbered of them were 23,000, all males from a month old and upward. For they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, whom numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them, of whom Moses and Aaron the priest numbered, when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord hath said of them, they shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. We're going to keep going on down to 27 here. Then came the daughters of Zephaniah, had the son of Hephir, the son of Gilead, and the son of Mechir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. And these are the names of his daughters: Mehai, Noah, Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tezerah. And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes, and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin, and had no sons. Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family? Because he hath no son. Give unto us therefore a possession among the brethren of our father. And Moses brought their cause before the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zephaniah speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass among them. And they shall speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then you shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. And if he have no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto the father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Get thee up into this mount, Abram, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered. For ye rebelled against my commandment in the desert of Zin, and in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the water before their eyes, that is the water of Meribah and Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin. And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is in the Spirit, and lay thy hand upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. And they shall put some of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may be obedient. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word shall they come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation. And he laid his hands upon him, and gave him charge, as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses. So, basically, we're going to stop right there. Kind of just in summary, I was talking to Brother Matt earlier. It was kind of weird, but we were talking about when we're reading, a lot of Bible verses, we're talking about the begats and all the names. While it gets kind of hard to read, there's a lot in here that we sometimes will get a little bit more out of it. And this time, just as kind of reading it, you look back at Census 1 and Census 2, and you realize the big difference was their faith in God. And being able to put our faith in God. And I look at it today, a lot of times we look at things in numbers, and Matt, you preach on numbers, and these are big numbers too, when you're talking about, coordinating back then 603,000 people. Today, that's an effort, let alone back then with all the technology we have today, to tell 603,000 people how to get together and what to do was astonishing. And the only way you get that done is through the Lord. And, if we could do that today, even in our military, where we're not so focused on numbers, but focused on getting God back in the middle of this country, all of our problems go away just like they did here. And they end up getting into the promised land, and, as we read in chapter 28, basically dividing the land there to the 12 tribes. So that's kind of what I got out of it. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and I'll just go ahead and close this in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this opportunity.